Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching The Witcher, Season 2, Episode 7, Voleth Meir. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, I'm definitely saying that wrong. The penultimate episode, there are 2 episodes left. Stress does not even begin to describe how I am. A reminder, as always, that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and let's go.
I need to find her.
You need to let me take care of your wound.
You do need both.
Ciri needs more than you can give her now.
I swore to protect her.
He can help her, and someone else can help too.
I wish Yennefer knew of the balance you spoke of. More than you know I wish it.
This is the farm that took her in, right? It looks abandoned. Oh no. Oh no. I know Yennefer would never hurt Ciri, but she has no idea what's going on and the scale of it all. Oh.
They'll hold him to lure you there. Where? Their nearest outpost.
Just tell her the truth.
Sintra.
Yennefer.
Geralt will hold out as long as he can. We must go to Sintra together.
No.
Yennefer, wait.
Is that horse left there as a trap or?
See what happens to people who try to help me.
Oh.
I have to go alone. We must hurry.
That's right.
Oh. Yennefer, think, sweetheart. This is not right. You know that.
Chaos will be yours.
You know that's not right. Oh, fuck.
Nothing.
Don't tell him we cannot trust him.
I don't want to burden you.
A new position of authority doesn't change the fact that I love you.
But he doesn't. He has ulterior motives.
Your pain.
I will handle it. All this talk of loyalty, why is it the generals I'm doubting the most? Should I count you among them, Cahir?
If the elves refuse to serve, let me deal with them. The generals will respect a strong hand. So will Meir.
And he'll put himself back in the position on top.
I'm no spy.
Are you going to do it, or should I?
Oh shit. This is not Nilfgaard. I mean, this is not a saviour. Yes, it is so wonderful to live under Nilfgaard. There is great justice. Nilfgaard is selling people a pretty lie.
Your harmonies were a little pitchy. Gordon, you're amazing.
Of course, Gordon.
Let's go again. 3, 4, and lock me
That's
up,
it.
and stop
I'm
me
taking
up,
shit.
and throw away the key.
Yes! Yes!
You would not know talent if I shoved it up your Geralt.
Oh.
Fuck it. I miss you too.
What are you doing here?
I'm
Oh.
ready to go.
Are you sure? I pretty much just slid all the way down that hill back to Cairngorm.
Jaskier.
Don't fucking Jaskier me, I'm talking to you. This is how this works.
He's allowed to be
I
angry,
need your
but
help.
rage at him later.
It's been an honor. What?
You talk to your
You
horse.
made new friends. Get over it.
You talk to Roach.
The longer this takes, the more time I have to think about what they're doing to him. You two seem to have quite the bond.
She cares so much.
He's a grump of the First Order. He's the father I never had.
That hit me really hard. I thought she was gonna be like, he's my friend, or you know, like he's all the family I have, but he's the father I never had. Oh, I love them so much. I love them so much. I love them so much. Yennefer. I know Yennefer would never hurt Ciri, but she might inadvertently put her in harm's way, which is what she's kind of doing right now.
He's a grump of the First Order. Has the
Yes, I wanted to hear that bit again.
He's the father I never had. When I'm with him, I don't feel alone anymore. I know what you mean. You love him too.
One day is a hangover. 2 is sedition.
Many of us have had a change of heart.
Well, then you change it back.
I
Exactly.
never intended to fight.
Francesca.
You were undermining everything she built. But you got what you wanted out of it, didn't you?
I value the bond we have. But family, blood,
They used you like a fiddle.
can't be broken.
You have only seen the kind side of Fringilla. You have not seen her scorned. She will take that baby and it will no longer exist. Oof. There are just so many power plays here. Is that because of the Witcher toxin stuff? Or is that because of Ciri's blood?
Quite some time, and excuse me. Hold this.
Tell me exactly what happened in Oxford Forest.
The Danian guards grabbed her. She muttered something about forests and mothers and huts. And then she just sort of disappeared.
Turn your back to the forest, hut hut.
Turn your front to me, hut hut. Yeah, that's what she said.
He knows.
We need to go to Sintra.
Why, what's in Sintra?
Oh, fuck.
Yup, and Zigrin.
Oh my lord.
Name's going to shit.
Even if you do smell like shite.
Poor Geralt. Everyone always says he smells.
Come on, boys. The king can wait. We're going on an adventure.
Okay, we need all the help we can get against the Deathless Mother.
But there is a way.
Oh
Lesson number
goodness.
2. Let's see what your chaos can do.
Yennefer, please think twice before you take her there.
Or too weak to try.
Oh my god.
That's enough. I can do it. You're going to hurt yourself.
She thinks she's saving Geralt. But that's at stake here. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, that's one way of doing it.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. When you have power like this, never apologize.
See, what Ciri needs is Geralt's presence and Yennefer's presence. That's balance.
I don't trust anyone else.
Triss?
No, I said I would call you when she was ready.
I need to know everything about the girl.
Oh my god.
You told him. This knowledge, it cannot be ours alone. There is too much.
He is not trustworthy.
This is important.
Triss didn't trust him. Say, don't be blinded. There is something off about him.
I will not continue to put my girls at risk unnecessarily.
I wouldn't ask you to if it wasn't necessary!
Exactly why Triss doesn't trust him. There's a darkness in him.
I have always considered you my equal partner.
No, you haven't.
I could prove to you that I'm worthy of the same.
Why did you kill that guy in the Battle of Sodden?
You're my blood.
Doesn't matter when you ally with
There's
murderers.
a bond that is stronger than
Apologize as well
for aligning with Nilfgaard. Of course.
for believing that you could have any impact there at all, my dear. There are those who...
As a child, I watched Cintran soldiers murder my kind. And now I'm watching Nilfgaard do the same. Only now I'm complicit. From here on out, I want to focus on keeping that elven hope alive.
But that's not what he cares about. Mr. Owl is not gonna like that.
If we don't, all our heads will be on the
Oh my god.
So much resentment for my Aratus in training that I forget. There were bright spots. Botany, for example.
Oh my god.
And that taught me whenever a lesson like this. What it
Fucking hell. Is he faking it a bit because he didn't drink as much? I can't see him dying here. The halls of Centra have known quite a lot of blood.
Meir needs to hear of the treachery I just uncovered. And he needs the general that he trusts most.
You got lucky. Yes, your perfect, bright crusade to hunt a child is not as perfect and wonderful as you thought. She's getting stronger by the second. This is awful.
And I have many more irons in the fire.
Very stressed.
And what about Yennefer?
She's had Ciri. I just have to kill her.
Oh no, well, obviously we're going to kill her. We're definitely going to kill her. I just haven't found a good
Jaskier.
grabbing stick yet. But what if she's changed too? Well, that's what friends do. They come back.
Oh.
This is different.
If she's like
I'm sorry, Jaskier.
hurt or torn, thank you.
You are always so emotional. Honestly, yap.
So sad and complicated.
Shut up, Jaskier.
You shut up. That's a perfect impression of you, by the way.
He should sing him his burn song.
What happened to it?
Me.
Me. Promise me something. If we get separated. Remember what you have. I'm afraid, Yennefer.
She trusts you. I trust you too, but I'm stressed. Oh my god.
If you're afraid, turn back. I had no choice. Like chaos. I thought I had to.
Oh my god.
I didn't know who you were. I didn't know what you were to him. I need to get to him. He's not
Ciri.
here. He never was.
Ciri, run. Back to the horse and ride.
You have to come with me. Now. I don't trust you.
Oh god. This is what the mother wants, right? Ciri here and emotional and using that power and oh my god. Is that heading straight to Sintra? Holy shit.
Get to the horses.
Ciri, please, I promise you, like, Yennefer changed her mind. You can trust her now. Oh. Fuck. Oh lord. Oh. He made it. I don't quite know the timing and logistics, but I'm here for this. Did he just say, it's good to meet you? Jaskier. Oh, father. Oh my god.
How could you do this?
I'm so sorry. Where are you going?
To slay a monster.
Oh my god.
I'll be with you soon, I promise.
Oh my
I'm
god.
not surprised. I've heard so much like father, like daughter.
Yes. Oh yes.
The girl. Yours?
Mine.
Oh my goodness. Is this what's happening, or is this a nightmare that she's been given? No. This is everything she knew would come to pass. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I cannot believe the baby actually was murdered.
She's gone.
Fuck.
To do what?
Oh my god. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Did the mother demon just possess Ciri somehow so it can use all of her powers? I'm very stressed. Oh my god, that episode. Whoa. I feel like, if anything, this was the episode where Geralt and Ciri's relationship fully clicked into place for both of them. When he was faced with losing her and knowing just what she meant to him, that it wasn't just destiny, it wasn't just a burden, that it truly was that she was his daughter, she is his purpose, and for her to realise that he really is the father she never had, she loves him, and even when she gets frustrated with him and annoyed with him and wants to storm off, she loves him, and they're there for each other, and they're not alone when they're together, and they will always have something in this world because they will have each other. And that is one of my favourite tropes, but also it's just so beautifully done, and I'm just in a world of hurt and a world of emotion over that in so many ways. And just the fact that the second Jaskier saw Geralt, despite all of his anger and all of his songs, his first instinct was just to hug him. Like, he forgave him instantly. Like, sure, yeah, he gave him a bit of shit about it, you know, he's never gonna let him live down the fact that he left him on a mountaintop, etc. But they're friends, they care about each other. Geralt came back, and that's what friends do, they come back. And Geralt has said I'm sorry, which he knows what that means. And just, they are everything. I'm so thankful for that. It makes me so happy. And now everyone knows Geralt has a daughter. I'm extremely stressed about the fact that literally every single piece on this board, every single character wants Ciri for their own reasons. I really enjoyed all of the Ciri and Yennefer scenes this episode. I enjoyed the dynamic. I truly think that that is the missing piece. It needs to be Geralt, Yennefer and Ciri, because they each can teach her things. They each can be a stabilising force for her and teach her so much, but obviously Yennefer has got off to a very poor start there. I think it's just, oh. But all of their scenes, their dynamics, when they talked about Geralt, when she kind of talked about Cintra and how it was gone, and Yennefer helped teach her how to use some of that chaos. I think Yennefer would be the person who would have the best bet at teaching Ciri to control it, given that Yennefer is a supremely powerful mage, more than some of the others. I think she would be less phased than someone like Triss, who maybe hasn't gone too far from what the Brotherhood preaches that much. But of course, Ciri right now will be feeling pretty betrayed by Yennefer. But Yennefer didn't do it. Yennefer, you know, said you can run if you want to. Kind of let her know, like, just that whole scene, that whole moment. I mean, I think that's what the mother wanted, if anything, was Ciri to scream, and I guess was that enough? And just, oh, fuck. Did Fringilla kill the baby? Because if Fringilla killed the baby, Fringilla can die this season. That can be arranged. If Cahir did it, Cahir could die, although I want Cahir to die anyway. When Ciri is free of the demon and entirely safe and whole and away, which is so going to happen, there's not going to be a cliffhanger, okay? Can someone tell Cahir that she was literally outside of his walls and he lost her again? Because I'd love to see his face, it'd be very funny. But no, just the scale of that, of how, the scale of Geralt trusting Yennefer with Ciri, and then of Ciri using, of Yennefer using Ciri's love for Geralt against her to manipulate her, to get her where she wanted. That is a huge betrayal, and one that I believe Yennefer will work to make right. Jaskier is right. You do, when you feel like you have no other choice, you cross lines, you do things you regret, you make decisions that you otherwise wouldn't, you hurt people. But the important thing is that she stopped before it went too far. You know, I mean, okay, admittedly the mother is now free, but she didn't take Ciri to the door. You know, I know it was kind of that moment where they kind of, their powers collided and everything, but just, she stopped, she apologised, she wanted to get Ciri out of there. I truly do believe, yes, maybe it was as it was too late, but Yennefer probably had been debating with herself whether that was right or wrong the whole way, but the mother has been in her head all season, slowly whispering and whispering and whispering, and that kind of thing does get to you, even if you fight it, given that her situation was quite dire as well. The fact that Yennefer has gone from being the hero of Sodden Hill to being a traitor, it just breaks my heart. I still don't entirely know why she freed Cahir at the same time, but anyway. For Geralt, that moment when he rode in and he was able to save them, for both of them, they both love him, they both know that he's Geralt and that he is amazing, and so much more than anyone would ever assume a witcher to be. But it was that moment when the fighting was done, and he put his blade to Yennefer's neck. Just chills. Oh my god, because you know what's between them, you know how much he cares about her, you know how he spent most of this season devastated that she was gone and dead, and here he was being willing to, if she had harmed a hair on Ciri's head, if Ciri had turned around and said, oh, she cut me, she hurt me, she was trying to feed me to a monster, he would have done it. Chilling. And I think maybe in a really weird way that probably is not a way my brain should work, maybe this could be good news for their relationship because they are both royally fucked up, so they can each forgive each other, and then there's not like, you lied to me about a wish, or you wished for me, and like, you stole my daughter, you know, we both screwed up. So but I do think they know each other so well. I think Geralt could read in her in the same way that when they first found each other again, he knew something was up. He knew she was off, her heart was racing, he could tell that there was something different, and he knows what her magic means to her, he knows how troubled she's been. I think in the long run, even if they never properly sail away on my ship, I think their relationship could be fixed, and I feel like they and Ciri all provide each other something that they're wanting, something that helps make them stronger and helps them grow, and I do hope we get there. So all the stuff with the Brotherhood, it is my least favourite part of the show, but saying that, I thoroughly enjoy it, if that makes sense. You know, they're the scenes where I'm like, can I get back to the other stuff please? But at the same time, I'm like, tell me more. You know, I enjoy them far more than I enjoy some scenes in some other shows, but I just, all of the power, we still have no answers on Vogelfort. He woke up and he killed, I can't remember now if it was a mage or a soldier, but he killed someone on his side of the Battle of Sodden. He didn't just do like, enemy, bang, oh crap, it was one of my guys. He was just like, die! That hasn't been fully explained, so, and there's been something about him. I really do feel as though he has ulterior motives, and whether he's working for Nilfgaard, whether he's working for the Mother, whether that's a whole big bad that's going to lurk around the corner for season 3, because I feel like obviously I feel like, I keep saying I feel like, I'm very sorry. There's a 7-year plan, right? Or at least I've seen article headlines. I've not read them because I wanted to avoid any risk of spoilers for this season. I feel like I've seen headlines of like Henry Cavill is all on board for 7 seasons or whatever. Like he's signed up for 7 seasons of The Witcher, which I'm so here for. My god, I'll be so old by the time it's fine, I'm not thinking about it. So that makes me feel like they're very much going to do the books justice and do a very long story, which means they can take their time fleshing out characters and plot lines, and I love it. But it feels like this season, the Mother, it's kind of been the thing that there have been the threads throughout the season. It's not been always ever present, but the threads have been there, and then now it's going to be a huge bang in the finale, and I presume we'll either defeat the Mother, contain her, or it'll be a cliffhanger, and then at the beginning of the next season it will be done. And then there'll be the other strands will start coming into play. You know, we've got the fallout of all of the political manoeuvrings within Sintra, or Zintra, elves and the Nilfgaardians and Fringilla and Cahir. And then the Brotherhood stuff and Volkafort and the king of the other place and the man with the owl. I will look up their names after the show is done, and I will make an effort to make sure I have them in my brain, but yeah. CFS, brain fog, doesn't always let me keep those names in my head. There's just so much. This is such a rich tapestry, and part of why I love this show is because I love books, I love fantasy, I love sci-fi, I love all sorts of books, but I love history. And my favourite type of history is the proper, like, medieval, and beyond that, the power struggles, and, like, the monarchs, and, I mean, in the current world, I believe we should get rid of the monarchy. We don't need that. But learning about the ones from the past is just so rich. And the different wars and the power struggles and how that impacted that. That is what is so fascinating to me. In this show, the world, the author, and I really need to learn his name. I'm so sorry. I know it and I can't think of it. The world, the rich tapestry of characters he has created in the show has brought to life and embellished upon, I imagine, changed bits, added bits, taken bits out, etc. It's so rich. It's so rewarding and fulfilling, and the more you learn, the more you love it. And just kind of we're in the middle of that history. You can imagine that assuming the world survives all of this, in 100 years, students on the continent reading about these figures, and I love it. I'm stressed about the Brotherhood. Tissaia is in an increasingly vulnerable place because I don't trust Vogelfort, and I obviously don't trust Strigobor. The only thing I like Strigobor for is that he doesn't like Vogelfort. Triss, I think, is in a very delicate situation. I can't imagine Vogelfort being okay with her not telling him things. Did she keep some details from Tissaia? Otherwise, or would Tissaia have told her? But there are a lot of shifting alliances. And then you have Owlman and his king. shady guys who seem to just be in it for their own power, both the mage and the king. An interesting dynamic that I'm sure is going to cause us a lot of stress down the line. Then we have the elves, and I think it's actually hilarious that Francesca was all, I'm trusting you and we're partners, it's so good, to like, yeah, I got my baby, I'm alright, love. You know, I could totally understand that, but for the elves, they've given so much, why should they? This Nilfgaardian war is a war for humans, about human issues. They aren't aligned to the White Throne, they don't believe in any of this religious zeal stuff. They just want a safe place for their people, and if they're able, and I suppose they kind of felt like they'd fight, get some retribution, and find a place to grow old and live in peace, whereas now they have proof that they can have children, that it's not all over, that they can take time and slowly but surely keep going and form a new world, and that is what I hope. And maybe Ciri, being a child of both worlds, she's got elven blood. I mean, yes, it's fairly diluted now, but she has elder blood, she's elven blood, she is a human, heir to a human throne, that with the two, someone like her becoming a powerful figure, especially with someone like Yennefer, who is a quarter elf at her side, could be a really interesting way that we could try and foster some kind of peace between the two, because we've seen humans, the least trusting of humans, work with elves along the way. Dara, I think, is in a very difficult position because, well, first of all, because I feel like all this elven paradise is going to fail because Fringilla is on a murder spree. I don't entirely know whether, obviously, I think the baby is dead, and I'm really sad about that. That baby did not deserve to die. I obviously do not think Dara killed it, but it could have been Fringilla, it could have been Cahir, it could have been our guy. He said he had his iron in lots of pans, maybe he's got someone else in there. I doubt it would have been an elf killing the baby, maybe there's someone there. It could have been anyone who was disgruntled at the elves, someone who knew that the strategy, the reason the elves didn't want to fight was because they believed it, but they know they can have kids, so that doesn't really, you know, there are so many different people it could be, from external forces to internal forces. But as someone who has spied, if they find out he did, he will die, like, or have to flee. He just wants a home, and I want a home for the elves too. I feel so bad for them. And I don't even want to think about the fact that that baby got killed. Fringilla's power move was pretty epic. Just how terrifying would that be? You cannot move. And like, she's just stabbed your boss in the eye. She's just like, you know, she's just killed that person. You know she's about to kill you. And you just have to sit there. You can't plead, you can't beg, you can't say your last word, you can't scream. You just die. Cahir was genuinely terrified just then. And I really am intrigued about what's going on in his brain. I have enjoyed how much more time we've spent with both him and Fringilla this season. I feel like I have a much better sense of them as characters. Still don't have a full sense of the White Flame and what that's all about. I guess maybe he'll turn up in the finale and I'll get a lot more about that. I don't entirely know what they're hoping to achieve with everything. But Fringilla definitely lost herself a little bit along the way, but Cahir just wants everyone to be friends and braid each other's hair. He just thinks that everyone in Nilfgaard should be hunting for Ciri, and that should be all that matters. Now, I feel like the fallout of all of this may well be that he regains his footing and his power, or that he strikes out on his own to try and do this all, because he knows that they're not doing enough. But it all depends on what the Emir wants. Oh gosh, just there's so much richness to this show. The dynamics between Geralt and Yennefer and Ciri, and Geralt and Ciri and Jaskier, and it's just so much, and I love it so much, and I'm so excited to watch the finale, but I'm also so scared. So yes, a reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you so much for watching.